Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to your favorite wrestling podcast, Sit Down and Pile Drive with your hosts, Connor.
And Connor.
We've got a pretty packed episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Mae Young Classic. We're going to be talking about Fighting Spirit, as it's called.
Oh, geez. Are you going to get on me about this?
We're going to be talking about Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor, some more wrestling news, and then we're going to get into a pretty controversial topic for the past few weeks about whether or not a certain Bella of the Brie persuasion is an unsafe professional wrestler. Opinions will be shared. Ideas exchanged, I think is the word for it.
Conversations happened.
And hopefully we will get through it without offending anybody this time.
I doubt it.
Oh, no. Have you seen our show?
Yeah.
We are definitely the bad boys of Color Circle.
Oh, man. We pop our collars and I slick my non-hair back.
We roll up cigarettes in our sleeves and shit like that.
Hey, Mikado,
come here, toots.
Yeah.
Call all the women toots.
Toots, and it sounds like it's sexist, but you don't know if it really is. You're just like, I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
How he talks, Deuce and Domino.
Yeah. Or those fucking jobbers from NXT that are literally Deuce and Domino.
God. The Metro Bros or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. The Metro Brothers.
Okay, so we'll get into it, but when they talked about how Jesse Elaban was trained by the Dudleys, I was like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, well, if you're trained by the Dudleys, you automatically get a tryout in WWE.
Yeah, and for some reason they always have really dumb gimmicks.
Yeah, that's true.
I
can't really think of anybody who's not have a bad gimmick from the Dudleys, but I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need a gimmick.
Sage Beckett was apparently a witch.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I would have never known unless you said it. All right, so let's. You want to start us off with our first?
Yeah. Hey, Connor.
Yes.
What'd you watch this week?
Dude, it's been a nightmare couple of weeks. I didn't watch a whole lot of wrestling. I watched my two importance. I watched the Mae Young Classic, cool. Which we'll get into, and then I watched NXT, which was great, and I learned Otis Dozovich. Man, that is a mouthful of a word.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's probably just eventually they're just gonna call him Otis.
Yeah, I 100%.
The Big O.
I see that.
I don't know if they'll call him the Big O.
They'll call him OG or some shit.
OD. I love
OD.
it. Big OD. Oh, man.
Or they'll just switch to what Tucker calls him in Dozer.
Dozer, I like it.
Yeah, Otis. Or just call him Dozer.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's nothing special.
It's hard to have a bad match in NXT,
especially when you're wrestling Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, that and also because they probably have these matches practiced.
Yeah.
Practiced, as opposed to when you're someone like an Otis Dozovich on the main roster where they're just all right, have a match with AJ Styles, and you're just I don't know what I'm doing. Please carry me.
But from what I remember of that episode, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I thought it was really well done.
And Otis, he seems someone who kind of gets it. He just needs time. Yeah. That's all it is. I have nothing against Otis Dozovich. Tucker Knight, I'm not sold on, but Otis Dozovich, I can totally get behind.
Tucker Knight's definitely the no offense to him, but he's the Marty Jannetty of that.
He looks exactly like, but because he's not as tall, nobody ever makes the comparison.
Who?
Big Cass. He looks exactly like Big Cass.
Hopefully he's better than Big Cass.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Anyway, so NXT.
Montez Ford was really good.
Yeah, dude, when they came out all serious and shit, I was like, hell yeah, man.
I mean, trust me. I think the only person who really doesn't want the Street Profits to break up is Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
Montez Ford is just...
No, he's going to be a star, dude.
Oh, he's so good already.
He's someone who I can see, in 5 years, being a world champion.
The only thing, I want him to wear boots.
Oh, no, dude.
I get it.
You got those fresh-ass Jordans, dude.
It's just not aesthetically pleasing to me.
Dude. Fresh Jordans, dude. That's where it's at.
That's just not my thing, man.
I'm wearing Jordans right now, man.
I'm wearing, my beat-up tennis shoes because...
Hey, some of us have style.
And
Montez and me, we have style.
I've subscribed to the Mick Foley fashion catalog.
Where you find whatever you can, and then if it fits, it works.
Whatever.
No, dude, I'm in the same boat.
I just want
because of my size, though. I don't really get a choice of the options, so I try to spend my money on my shoes.
I just want to be comfy,
Yeah. Hey,
that's me.
For me, well, I watched actually quite a bit of wrestling this week because I felt bad because last week I didn't watch shit.
Yeah.
So I got Hulu. So I watched SmackDown. I haven't watched SmackDown in forever. I only watched like the highlights and the pay-per-views. And boy, did it change my opinion on WWE.
Or at least,
it's fantastic.
at least one half.
Yeah, for sure. Like SmackDown it did not drag.
Oh, I mean,
like, everything about it was pretty like it had like I don't know if it had a theme, but it had a flow.
Yeah.
Everything made sense where it was and why it was happening. It was really nice. It was a change of pace.
My biggest complaint about SmackDown right now is Shinsuke is basically being used for this Randy Orton crap, which I still don't get.
I think it's going to be more of like a enemy is my friend kind of thing until a triple threat match happens, and then they'll turn on each other. Yeah. And it'll be more of, it won't be like heel versus heel. It'll be more of like bad guy versus lesser bad guy.
Right.
Which I think could be interesting.
I guess the frustration is that puts Shinsuke as lower bad guy. And if I know Randy Orton, it's you're not going to beat Randy Orton.
Yeah, but Shinsuke Nakamura is one cheer away from being a good guy.
That's true.
Like, the only thing bad about him is the way he acts. Everything else, everybody loves him.
And I love the way he acts. I think it's such a good character.
Yeah, and just because you're becoming like a quote unquote like baby face doesn't mean you change what made you get over in the sense, because like him have that edge is what got him huge in New Japan, and then when he came to the US he already had that, like, people didn't want to boo him because they know Shinsuke. So now that he's kind of going back to what got him to the dance, it makes sense, you know. Right. And then like that freaking Samoa Joe thing, that was so good. Reminds me of like
Attitude Era kind of stuff.
That's or even like Ruthless Aggression, where like
Triple H
and Randy Orton would fight. That's literally what I was going for. But I could just see it like being like one of those things where like next week Samoa Joe tries to pull the same shit, and then he opens the door, and then AJ's there with like a gun. He's just like, "Get out of my house!"
He's from Georgia.
You don't want none.
Yeah.
And then Joe's like,
the phenomenal firearm.
Yeah. And then he like disappears. It turns out he was he was just
hallucinate. No.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Vince. Get out of here, Russo.
But
we don't need that.
So I watched SmackDown. That was cool. NXT, my young classic. I tried to watch 205 Live because I love Leo Rush.
I do too.
But man, that crowd, man, it's really hard.
Until they do something about that crowd, I just can't watch it.
It's just really hard. When no one's into it, you don't get into it. Yeah. And I end up looking at my phone.
It's like that for some reason they include on Eddie Guerrero's Viva La Raza DVD.
Viva La Raza.
Raza. I'm white.
Yeah, but you live in New Mexico, my friend.
Yeah, but that's I can just eat, the green chili and survive. I can't roll my R's.
I can't roll my R's either.
Were you ready? Here. Do it.
I can't. I literally just said I can't. I usually kind of make my R's sound like D's. I make my R's kind of sound like D's to make it sound a little more
I sound like
authentic.
A tauntaun.
Yeah. I'd be like, Viva la raza.
But I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
So I watched that. When it comes to independent wrestling or pretty much anything outside of WWE, I watched the first of the 2 bar wrestlings they put up on the high spots.
Oh, fuck.
They put 18 and 19.
I know what I'm watching.
I watched 18, which was at a new place they haven't worked before. The highlight of that night was probably the main event, which I think was Violence Unlimited, which is Tyler Bateman, Brody King, and teaming up with Matt Cross versus Joey Ryan, Scorpio Sky, and forgive me for not remembering who the third person is. Dan Barry from Team Tremendous. He's the cop.
Yeah.
Dan Barry.
I think I've seen a match of theirs. It might have
Team
been
Tremendous is
I get them confused with
huge.
the Carnies, so for all I know.
Another okay tag
I watch
team.
a lot of bar wrestling.
Yeah. Carnies are cool. I think the one guy's trying too hard to be Mick Foley.
Yeah.
But with Team Tremendous, their other partner, it's Dan Barry and Bill Carr. Bill Carr, dude, he's like a modern day Big Boss Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a huge dude, and he does some cool moves. He's really funny, and he does like a lot of big.
Have you hit refresh?
I've hit refresh like 1,000 times.
Oh boy.
And I looked on YouTube and it's not going.
Well, it says we're streaming.
It does?
Yeah, well, we got the red, yeah. So just try and hit refresh a couple more times, and are we on the... So we're on the actual, like, Color Circuit YouTube?
No.
We're on Color Circuit 1?
We're on. Oh, you mean up here?
No. I mean on...
Oh. Yeah, we're on color circuit.
Yeah, so you're on the in-user check one.
Oh, I'm super
Nah.
sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We already know why.
Okay, go.
All right.
And we're back.
Did we go anywhere? No.
So
Dan Barry.
I don't know if anybody caught what we said before.
No, they did.
Okay.
We didn't.
All right,
they
we're cool.
did.
All right. So yeah, Bill Carr could have been huge. He was signed to WWE for a while. They let him go. He's been teaming with Team Tremendous, Dan Barry. They're great. They're cops. That's their whole shtick. Is they're cops.
All right. We're back.
Yeah. Hey, professionalism right
Yeah,
here.
no,
right
you're-
here.
You're good.
So I watched the first bar wrestling. I watched.
I'm a character actor, and I'm trying to get back into the mind of a podcaster.
Okay. So I watched that, and then I watched GCW's most recent show they did.
How was that?
Oh, dude, it was great. It's what you expect.
Yeah, GCW's kind of
Yeah.
bad wrestling.
No, it was actually really good wrestling, but like the whole shtick of it is very like punk rock, and not in like the cool PWG punk rock, more of like the gritty hardcore kid punk rock.
See, I like the cool.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it in the Independent in New Jersey, which is where CZW ran a show or two.
Right.
And I like that building because it's like brick walls, very
Well,
confined.
I like GCW.
Oh, I know you do. I was just letting you know like the aesthetic of it. So it kind of looked like a rundown like warehouse kind of, and it had like a bar with a top second story bar, and then a floor. And they could have just not sold seats because people were getting thrown into like crazy, and you're literally like right next to the ring, kind of PWG style, where there's no barricade. You're just as close to the ring as you could get. So there was like, why even sell? They should have just done it bar wrestling style, where it's just like, don't have seats, just whoever shows up shows up. But yeah, it was good. There was Marco Stunt wrestled in a 4-way with KTB, a Gringo Loco, and this guy who's a new guy. I think is something Travis. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. Nick Gage versus Rich Swann, which I was pretty excited to see because they were talking so much shit to each other on Twitter. You know, like, oh, you get mad at me for beating my wife, but you let this guy who went to jail for 4 years, he's beloved.
Right. Yeah.
And that kind of started this whole beef.
He cut his Twitter his tweet
Yeah.
as a promo.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because like everybody's kind of forgiven Rich.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where like
times pass.
times pass and he didn't seem to like ham it in. He's not like being a dick about it. He's not like saying I didn't do this and all that shit or whatever. He just kind of owned it and everybody kind of moved on. Because it's not like he beat the shit out of his wife or murdered her or anything like that. He put his
He didn't
girlfriend
Crispin Water. He
yeah,
just
he
Steve
put
Austin
his
her.
girlfriend who's also a wrestler in a headlock. I mean, that's like getting mad at like throwing a ball at a baseball player. Like, all right, cool. But like, I'm actually being funny. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not making fun of this. So I'm just saying.
Janae, are we live?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because it's not coming up.
It says live.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm wondering if that's. Because normally I get like a notification from it, and I haven't.
No.
I haven't gotten such.
Ba-ba-da-ba-bum.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's okay. It's all right. No worries. I mean, we'll figure. Just keep figuring it out. But yeah, it's not like
Yeah. So that was cool.
as long as no inappropriate comments are made. We can just upload this video later.
Yeah, that's fine. You know. So that was cool. Nick Gage gave a lot of respect at the end. Like, I know we like talk a lot of crap during the match, but after the match, you're a great worker, man. Because Nick Cage is the best.
I'm the
you know?
fucking king. He's the fucking god.
Yeah, Nick Gage is like the best. PCO defended his Extreme Championship against a different boy, Jimmy Lloyd.
Oh, is that his new gimmick?
That's been his nickname for a while.
Okay.
Not your average boy, Jimmy Lloyd.
Okay.
Yeah, he won Tournament of Death.
Damn.
You didn't
Jimmy
know that?
Lloyd? No, I did
Yeah,
not.
Jimmy Lloyd won Tournament of Death last month or two ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he won it.
Good for him.
He's been killing it, man. I know we were talking about maybe doing like next guys and next in the scene. Jimmy Lloyd he's super young. He's like 20.
Yeah, Jimmy Lloyd.
21.
I mean, Janela, obviously.
Well, Janela not anymore because he's all fucked up in the knee.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I'm
David
saying, like,
Starr. I'd put
David Starr for sure. But yeah, that's the point. Jimmy Lloyd looks great. You know, he has potential. As like freaking was said in Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. If you have enough skill and a weird enough face, you can go far in wrestling. That's how I feel with Jimmy Lloyd.
The story of Mick Foley.
Yeah. So that was cool. There was 2 death matches. One of them really good. The other one, whatever. If you like death matches, there was 2. I like that little I don't need every match to be a death match.
Right.
Give me one a night. I'm okay with
Yeah, no, the one of my biggest memories from the highlights of tournament of Nick Gage's. God damn, dude.
Nick Gage Invitational.
Is it's just light tube after light tube after light tube.
Oh yeah, dude, it gets
How
ridiculous.
can you watch that?
Well, I can understand. This year they made it a little more digestible. They had 5 matches and then a 5-way for the final. So it wasn't 8 death matches in a row. You're like, holy shit. It was 4.
You guys just go to
5.
Lowe's and clean them
Then
out.
they had a couple regular matches, and then they had the final, and the final was insane. But yeah, I like it when they kind of bridge it up because wrestling's like ice cream. You know, you like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Right.
You know, it's all good.
Except ECW, it was. Do you like Rocky Road? Yeah, sometimes. Well, you're gonna have it all the time.
That's not true, dude. I promise you, ECW had 2. All their matches had no rules, but not all of them were hardcore.
Yeah, no.
That's where I'm trying to get at.
Tranquilo,
That's where it
buddy.
feels like how GCW is kind of doing it now. And I think Joey Janela is kind of bringing them towards that. So they
Right.
still have their it's almost like a division. The heavyweight title is the deathmatch division, and then their extreme is more of an X division. Even though Pierre Caraule is the fucking champion right now.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. PCO, he's not human.
That's very GCW though to give him that title.
No, it's perfect, dude. He's great.
That man's gonna kill himself.
So yeah, the one death match I'd say if you're into that I would say watch is Marcus Crane versus G Raver. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was only one light tube spot which I like because overdoing the light tubes might be much, but they did.
Oh, hell yeah.
They did a nail board spot where they had a board full of nails. They pulled out freaking hand saws attached to a board, those hand saws attached to a board. That was pretty cool.
God damn.
And yeah, it was just a lot of cool stuff.
No, thank you,
Yeah.
dude.
G Raver likes to put tattoo needles in people's heads. It's pretty cool.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into that shit.
No, dude. I'm not into that shit at all.
Yeah.
I like nice wrestling.
Nice wrestling like New Japan.
New Japan? Oh, okay. Do you want to do? I thought maybe we do.
Or
the Mae
nice
Young
wrestling like
the Mae
Mae
Young
Young
Classic.
Classic. There you go.
It was the final night of round 1.
Yep.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, the long-awaited debut of Io Shirai.
Girl.
The highly anticipated debut of Jesse Elaban.
I mean,
I said completely sarcastically.
we kind of knew what to expect. That's
Oh,
the thing. Okay,
yeah.
so before we get into this review, I don't understand why they need to force in these young talents.
I think it's a way to get them ready and introduce them and see where they're at.
But Teneri Conti, to me, I'm sorry. She sucks. I'm sorry. She has a great look. I don't know if she has the mic skills, but
she knows her
cannot
song.
wrestle.
She knows her song.
Oh yeah, she can mumble her own song.
No, she knew it.
Oh.
I was like, I want to be on that level.
Yeah.
Where I'm just her whole gimmick is she knows her song.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing for the GCW show. They had Spider Nate Webb versus fucking oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. Tony Deppen.
Yeah.
You remember Tony Deppen?
Yeah.
You know what Tony Deppen comes out to?
What?
We built the city on rock and roll.
Gross.
I know, but the funny thing is because Nate Webb comes out and does the whole song before next person comes out, and Tony Deppen comes out with rock and roll, and he keeps cut off the music, and Dave Webb's like, no, keep it going, and they kept playing the song longer. It was
That's great.
man. But yeah, Mae Young Classic.
All right, so let's get into it. First match, the queen of Strong Smile.
Strong Smile. Mrs. Ono.
I don't like it. I don't like that name.
Oh, it's a pretty dumb name, I know.
Rachel Evers or Elrig, depending on.
It has to be Ellering, man.
Yeah,
I
Ellering.
hate the fact that they made her change her
Taking
name.
on Hiroyo Matsumoto,
I was fully
Lady
surprised.
Godzilla. She's fucking great.
You think?
I think she is awesome. Holy crap.
This is me being weird, and the way I think in my head is I didn't think all 3 of the Japanese wrestlers in the tournament would get through the first round.
I think by going after the women in Japan.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this because I think it is interesting that Japan is so heavily represented in this women's
Right.
tournament. I think to increase eyes in Japan on the WWE product, it's smarter for WWE to go to Japanese women wrestlers and offer them contracts
Yeah.
that I don't think Stardom would be able to offer them.
Hmm.
Like, hey, Asuka, or hey, Yoshirai, do you want to make this much money instead of this much money?
Yeah.
And they'll look at that and go, oh, yeah, because Okada makes a lot of money that
Right.
WWE would have to offer him,
More.
if not more.
Yeah.
So I think it's smart.
I mean, that makes sense. I just think of like the tournament as opposed to the business end of it, but I can understand. Plus, Rachel Evers, she's one paycheck away from being signed to WWE.
yeah, but I think they just first off, Matsumoto was incredible.
Yeah,
she was very good.
Yeah.
I think it's smart for Triple H and the WWE to sign up these women, especially during this whole women's revolution, because then it's like look at these 20-minute matches between fucking Yoshirai and Asuka. Holy crap, WWE best
Right.
wrestling
Well,
promotion in
I've
the
said
world
this
for
before.
women.
I'm like, for men's wrestling, you can make a living outside of WWE. For women, the best place to be right now is WWE.
And it's got all the names. I think
It's got all the names, and I think it's honestly where they book the women most of the time better than the men.
it seems to get
Right
more
now.
attention.
You know, NXT, in women's division, Evolution being a thing, because they're trying to build up that story.
Every woman on the main roster has something to do, and I
Yeah.
think that's more than most of the men on the roster can say.
Exactly.
Carmella
So,
has a story.
There's no real downside
Dana
right now.
fucking Brooke has a story.
Yeah,
Finn Balor is doing nothing. Dana Brooke has some character direction.
right.
That's
Exactly.
that's how well they're doing with the women.
But yeah, I was surprised because I thought Rachel Ellering would be the victor here because it will increase her profile.
Yeah. Well,
But then I remember she's only been wrestling for like 3 years.
yeah, and I don't think she's going to be signed with the WWE anytime soon.
Why?
Legacy building kind of thing.
Maybe.
Well, I think it's easier. I think it's easier to go to NXT and be able to do what you want to do if you have like a resume of sorts,
That's
like
true.
Pete Dunne, like
Tessa?
or like Keith Lee. Keith
Yeah.
Lee has a reputation. Dijak kind of had some buzz.
Yeah.
You want a reputation, you don't want buzz.
He signed literally a half a year too early,
Yeah.
Dijak, because he was just about to break out because he did the PWG Bola,
Right.
And he was people loved him at Bola. So like
it's-
if he just kept going for like another 6 months, he could have built up stock enough to make a bigger impact.
Like if Matt Riddle hadn't been in the UFC, they probably would have given him a gimmick change.
Yeah.
But it's Matt Riddle. Like Jeff Cobb, I think was smart not to sign with the WWE.
Right now, because with all the influx right now,
Yeah,
he can be king of the indies.
So I think it's smart for Rachel Ellering to not sign with the WWE right now because she's going to get lost in the shuffle. She's going to get lost in the shuffle
That's true.
when she'd rather just wrestle. So Matsumoto, Lady Godzilla,
Yep.
she fucking won.
With what? I
She
forgot.
deadlift powerbomb
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and a rock drop.
Oh yeah, like the.
This was
yeah,
a good.
rock
It was a
drop.
good match. It was,
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was quite. She has a lot of personality.
Oh
the
fuck
Matsumoto or
yeah!
whatever.
Fuck yeah, dude!
Yeah.
She is charismatic as fuck.
Because she's like out of all the foreign wrestlers in this tournament, she's the one I knew the least about.
right. Same.
So I was like, I don't know what to expect. That's why I assumed she would lose.
I'm excited for a day where I'm excited for a takeover where it's Kairi Sane takes on Matsumoto or Yoshirai. Like, oh my god, match of the night.
Yeah.
That will be match of the fucking night.
Oh
for me.
yeah.
After that, Jessie Elabon, who she's fine. She's fine.
I honestly think this wasn't a good match to show off.
It
what
was
she could
not.
do.
You know, I get the idea. Throw two NXT, relative like two NXT rookies essentially to the wolves.
Yeah.
And just see what they can do. And it wasn't like I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
I did not have
You know what my main problem with Jessie is? Fake nerd.
fake nerd.
She says, when I think something's great, I say it's amazeballs. I was like, you're immediately not real. You're not a real person. Nobody says that legitimately in 2018. They said that maybe in 2015 as a joke to make fun of people who say that for real, who said it back in 2012.
Oh yeah, I thought her gimmick was definitely the most like on the nose thing.
Yeah, she's like, I'm quirky.
Tynera
I'm like the new girl, except for not as cool because I'm not Kate or whatever. Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, I don't know why I almost said Kate.
Tynera Conti. I can think of a few reasons.
Oh, okay.
Tynera Conti is a dork.
Yeah, she also doesn't know how to sell fucking me a piece of paper when I need a pen.
She mouthed the chorus to her song, which is, totally normal. But then she just started mouthing every lyric to the song. So she knows her song forwards and backwards.
It's like
Good
when
for
Jeff
her.
Hardy come out to his own band.
Well, he sang it.
I know, but or like Rocky Romero. I guess he sang it as well.
But I don't get what they're doing with her because she seems like she's got bad guy. She does bad guy stuff.
She has bad guy eyes.
But then they have her like crying as like this baby.
I'm telling you, dude, like she needs to be. I'll say this because it leads into what I'm going to say later with New Japan, but she needs to get hurt.
Yeah.
I think that's the truth. And I know that sounds horrible, but like I feel like you become a better seller in wrestling once you get hurt. Because you understand what pain is and you can show that pain now. Because like I'll talk about it. Well, I can talk about it now. It's not going to really jump into anything. When Will Ospreay, before his match with Marty Scurll back in, what was it? Dontaku?
Yeah, like June or something.
Yeah, whatever. Where they had that 5-star master match. He wasn't really selling very well. Mm-hmm. When everybody like grab my finger. Ah! Like that's how he sold. And it's because he never got injured. He almost broke his fucking neck with Marty Scurll. Now he's one of the best sellers.
Right.
He can sell anything. And I'm like, hell yeah. It's because he knows what pain feels like. And nobody's going to buy your crying out when you get your finger twisted, when you almost snapped your neck and muscled through it.
I think she needs to take a more like Marty Scurll approach to her in-ring style.
Yeah.
Tynera.
Because
like when she did the finger thing and she started ringing her, that was interesting.
Yeah, if she learns tries to do like a dastardly style. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be high impact. It doesn't need to be technical.
She definitely
dastardly.
She needs to take a page out of the villain's handbook.
Villain or even Cole.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, that makes so much sense. If Tynera Conti was the real black belt, but she did like the villain's moves. Like I'd love to see her do the knee and then the kick to the face.
Yeah,
do stuff with the fingers. But like I don't know what she is right now. Other than I think she's crazy.
Yeah. I
think that's what they're going with.
I just can't get over her cry face.
Right?
Because she has the cry face and it's not believable.
Yeah. I don't like her finisher.
What's her finisher?
It's like it's like an STO of sorts, but it's like a tilt-a-whirl. It's a weird move.
Tilt-a-whirl STO. Is it like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. Which she's so small. Yeah. That's why I don't really like it that much.
If it's judo...
Yeah,
it makes sense.
What happens if, someday, they go to like a Piper Niven and they go, hey, you're not making much money at World of Sport. You want to come?
That's why a lot of female wrestlers have finishing moves that are submissions.
Right.
That's why submission wrestling has become more popular over the 10 years.
Dude, women's wrestling is kind of pioneering its own thing.
Yes. But it's all pioneered. Like this is right now. What's happening in WWE is very similar to '90s Japanese Joshi wrestling.
Right.
Like the All Japan Women. It was just like, no, they're just gonna go have fucking great matches. Stories matter, but they're not that important. Just put on the good match, and people will forgive whatever.
After Tynera Conti won in her pretty bland match, wasn't very good.
No.
Isla Dawn, who I have never heard speak until now, and she is super Scottish.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, my God.
She's very Scottish.
I'm Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn. And
I like witchcraft.
Witch.
I like witchcraft and...
Taking on my
and feminism.
Taking on...
Because that's how they described her. She's really into feminism and
She's really
witchcraft.
feminist.
Like I wouldn't put those two things together. It's
But
a little bit of a bad
I always find that those two
comparison.
things go hand in hand.
feminism and witchcraft.
Well, you
I was
know.
like, wow, you missed the ball with that statement, did you?
I'm surprised Michael Cole didn't say that.
It's like she's really into FIFA and murdering clowns. It's like what?
she really likes lasagna and destroying the patriarchy.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, cool. I mean, that's cool.
Taking on my new favorite women's wrestler, not named Session Moth Martina or Asuka, because they're my ladies. Nicole Matthews. I thought Nicole Matthews was cool.
I guess this is where we disagree.
I will say, she's got like indie attitude.
Oh yeah,
like I imagine in a bingo hall of 70 people, like her trash talk would be like super good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I bet if you like gave her a script, she'd kill it.
For me, I always what's the one thing I always say when I look at a wrestler?
What?
Their footing.
Yeah.
She did not have the best footing.
She's been wrestling for years.
I know, but she didn't have the best footing.
Nerves.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I like it.
I just kept seeing she kept like stumbling and like
different.
walking weird, and
she's a different women's wrestler because every women's wrestler right now has to have a certain like wrestling style. It's
Yeah.
like I do strong style, I do submission, I do a little bit of everything. Nicole Matthews is like, I am a brawler, and I brawl and I hurt you, and that's what I do.
yeah, maybe it was just she was so I wasn't used to it being so slow.
Yeah,
He was very slow.
you know who now knows wrestling moves?
Who?
Michael Cole.
I know. He
He
said like
said
one or
Meteora, and I was like, look at this guy.
Look at this guy. He got himself a thesaurus of wrestling.
He played WWE 2K18.
He tried to make a creative character. Couldn't find any fucking move that he wanted. So
Where's
he had to
the
go through.
vintage move?
Yeah. Where's the what a maneuver and look at that impact?
And Nicole Matthews went over, and America was so upset they banned her. They banned her for 5 years.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
What a fucking kick in the nuts.
Yeah. Yet again, it seemed like none of the UK division went through except for Tony.
Tony Storm's winning the damn thing unless
I know.
Io Shirai wins.
I told you. What did I fucking tell you?
So the way I see it, the NXT UK division is going to be its own thing.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like you would want a couple people to go through to show that division's strong.
That's why you watch NXT UK. Dude, Isla Dawn is going to be the jobber of the women's division.
You think?
She got her ass kicked by Killer
Okay.
Kelly and Tony Storm.
Okay.
She was there to get her ass kicked. She got her ass kicked by Nicole
I
Matthews.
just like her.
I
I don't
like
know
her
what about
too.
her. What about it is I like.
I think her shtick works.
Maybe it's because she's a goth girl.
it's
and
like
that's like kind of my thing.
I feel you. I feel she's got the hair thing going.
Yeah,
No,
she's like, I like witchcraft and feminism.
She's
I'm
like
like, me
if
too.
She's like if Taylor Hendricks gimmick like worked.
Yeah, I love Taylor Hendricks.
Still,
I screamed at her at a Ring of Honor show. I was
That
like,
was
Taylor, I love you.
That was probably
and she
terrible.
wouldn't look at me, and I was really upset.
I don't blame her.
Yeah. Well, who's the other girl? Mandy Leon.
Yeah.
I was like, Mandy, I love you. And she like ignored me. I was like, don't you ignore me. And she turned back. She's like, okay, I love you too. To me, I was like, see, I told you she loves me. It was great. It was a fun time.
Remember when we ruined Stevie Richards? He was just trying to do his job.
Yeah, dude. Have we ever told the story on the podcast?
Yeah. So we were at Lucha Libre USA.
Yeah.
That now canceled.
MTV2.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't-
Petey Williams there. Jay Lethal.
And Stephen Richards was there doing commentary.
Yeah, as commentator.
And we just started shouting, Stevie!
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 And he finally looked over.
We're taking over!
We're taking over!
And he did it so we shut up.
Yeah.
We were
it was
awful.
Awesome. It was cool.
It's before we knew better. So Nicole
Yeah.
Matthews won, so she's moving on up to the east side.
Who's she facing next? Isn't she facing like Tony? No, she's facing
No, Tony Storm's facing no one but Japanese wrestlers from this point on.
for sure. She's
I think
facing.
she's facing not Caitlyn.
No, Caitlin's facing.
Caitlin's facing Mia Yim.
Mia Yim. Yeah.
Mercedes Martinez?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
No. Caitlin's facing Mercedes Martinez.
No. Caitlin's facing Mia Yim.
Then
Nicole
you're right.
Matthews,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, is facing Mercedes Martinez.
Oh no. Isn't Sakamoto facing Martinez?
You might be right.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll find out.
Because I remember it was like veteran versus veteran.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
After that,
My girl.
Io Shirai made her long-anticipated debut against the ridiculously adorable. I mean, producer, you need to Google this person because she is ridiculously adorable. Xia, Xia.
She looks like the girl who's the best friend of the main girl in a Mean Girls type of movie. She's not the girl gets picked on, but she's like the friend.
She's the daughter who gets kidnapped in the action movie.
That's true.
Except she can fight back.
And she has...
So Xia, Xia, Brookside, Brook. See?
She's all a little cutie, right?
She's cute. She's so cute.
Yeah.
And she got murdered by
She
Io
got
Shirai.
murdered.
Io Shirai killed her.
Yeah.
We saw a dead body in the rig. Robbie Brookside had to watch his daughter die.
Dude, although I will say, like, I almost dropped a tear when they were just like, Robbie Brookside is in the ring.
Yeah.
And she didn't even notice him at first. And she was like, oh my God, my dad's here. And they were like, he has never seen her
And he's
wrestle.
crying.
And I was like, oh.
And then Io Shirai
And then Io
killed
Shirai
her.
comes out. She came out in her goddamn tiger mask, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea how much I wanted that.
I have never wanted a stable of Japanese women wrestlers until now.
I'm telling you, dude, just do a ripoff of Suzuki-gun, but with Asuka.
Asuka, Kairi Sane, Matsumoto.
Like, call it like Asuka's Army.
First off, the Japanese women's wrestlers, no one has shit on their nicknames.
Yeah.
Their nicknames are the best. I'm talking fucking the Genius of the Sky.
Genius of the Sky.
The Pirate Princess. The Empress of Tomorrow, and Lady Godzilla. Oh my god,
by the way, we were both right the last week when I said, is it Lady Destroyer or Lady Godzilla?
It's
It was both.
Dude, Lady Destroyer, Lady Godzilla.
Yeah.
They have the best nicknames of all
Yeah.
time. I'm sorry, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's also
I'm
funny.
sorry
I love hearing Japanese nicknames when they're translated to English because they never make sense. Like, do you know what Tanahashi's is?
What?
He says his phrase is "burn my all energy." man of great talent.
Man of great.
1 of 100 or something like that. Like it's super weird.
So Xia got a little bit of offense in,
Yeah.
and then it didn't mean anything because Io Shirai just hit her with a whole shit ton of knees.
Oh, yeah.
A very devastating fucking Meteora in the corner. Holy crap. Andrade Cien Almas, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You've been replaced.
She, I think she missed slightly on that moonsault. I think,
I don't think
but
so.
I don't.
I
She
feel like
she slanted her legs on her. Remember?
I'm
'Cause
sure-
she like hit.
Yeah.
Like, her body's here. Her legs hit like that.
I'm sure that was the intent. Is maybe she's hitting them with a moonsault with her knees.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I mean, that's what I thought it was cool.
It's an interesting take on the moonsault. Io Shirai won, by the way. She's now going to be taking on, I think,
She's taking on.
somebody who's going to get fucking
Yeah.
killed.
It's shit. I
Let me
know
look it
this.
up.
I know
look it
this.
up. I'll look it up.
It's not.
No, son, like, dude, Io Shirai is incredible. Holy crap, I had
know,
no
dude, I've
idea.
been fucking telling you for years, man.
Well, a year, but you were right.
Because my first exposure to Io Shirai was at Lucha Underground, where they had the Black Lotus Triad come in, and it was Kairi Sane, the other girl in that faction, and Io Shirai. Io Shirai murdered Pentagon Jr. Like straight up, and it was awesome. So seeing her finally show off what she can do, because like I've always said, like I love it when like the women wrestle like the men. You know, because like a lot of times you'll see like the women's wrestlers are very like calculated. They're trying to
Right.
think of what they're doing. They don't want to mess it up because
They're
they have a lot of pressure and they're trying to like wrestle, as opposed to like those women out there who like this. They know how to wrestle because they were trained right, as opposed to trying to be like someone else, and they fucking kill it. They're not like showing off for the camera. They're not doing anything. They just go in there and murder people. And I feel like Kairi Sane does that. Asuka, Tony. You know, all these people who came up through an independent women's scene that was thriving, they're starting to show it off now on a bigger scale. But who's she facing?
I'm waiting for it to load. No, not as good. I feel like the third episode, like that was nothing but great matches.
Yeah, they could have split up this better.
And this one, the Matsumoto match was really good, but I felt like the Io Shirai one was such a. Because the Tessa Blanchard match with Kairi Sane was very bad.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Zixius. Is it
Oh
Zixius?
yeah, Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Let's real quick. So we're gonna have Satomura taking on Martinez.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Then we will have Lacey Lane taking on Tainara Conti.
Lacey Lane's going to win that one.
I hope so. Tainara, I would agree, is not very good in the ring.
Yeah.
Tony Storm will be taking
Nicole
on.
Matthews is facing Casey Canizero or whatever. I just remembered.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. Tony Storm will be taking on Matsumoto.
Yeah, Tony's going to kill
Mia Yim will be taking on Caitlyn. Tegan Knox taking on Nicole Matthews. That's who.
Yeah, okay.
That's who. Tegan Knox is going to.
Oh, then who is
Rhea Ripley's going to be taking on
that's who it
Casey
is.
Canizaro.
Yeah. I knew it was like another
Yo
size.
Shirai will be taking on Zeuxis. Deanna Parazzo will be taking on Xia Li.
Nice.
And I'm excited. I think these are going to be some really good
They're finally
matches.
getting into the part where I like where they actually mix styles. Because one of my favorite things is seeing clash of like styles and sizes and stuff like that. Like
It
this
doesn't always work.
doesn't always work, but most of the time it does.
I think that was the problem with the Zeuxis Ariel Monroe match.
Yeah, they're two completely different.
Yeah, and I don't think
And I don't think they've had any experience wrestling people like that.
I think their chemistry was off.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think Zeuxis. I'm still waiting to see what Zeuxis has to offer.
Yeah. Well, let's just be happy she's gonna get murdered.
She's gonna
next
get
week or
fucking
whatever.
killed by Yo Shirai.
Io
Holy
Shirai.
crap!
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that was the Mae Young Classic, guys. I always tell people anytime they're asking, well, what do you watch? I'm like, well, I really just kind of wait all year till the next Mae Young Classic.
Damn. Yeah.
I watch NXT, and I'm like,
Tournaments are way more fun.
it's
than
so.
just-
I feel like it's so easy to tell really good stories with a tournament.
yeah. And it's a good jumping off point. It's
I
not
agree.
like you can be like, well, this person didn't like this person.
If I started a wrestling promotion, first thing we do is have a tournament.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
makes no
That's how you
sense.
introduce the characters. That's how
Yeah.
you introduce feuds.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at us.
Oh,
Yeah,
booking.
yeah, booking.
Wrestling.
Hire us.
Harris.
Fucking
Yeah.
piece of
Dude,
shit.
if somebody called us one day, it's like, we know you have a following of 12 people. that's double our attendance here at whateverwrestlingpromotion.com.
Thank you, Don Callis.
Damn.
Thank you.
Would you like to book? I'd be like, yes.
All right. All right.
You just need to pay me exactly what I make right now.
Our champion is going to be Moose. Not Austin Aries. No, Moose.
No, Sammy Callahan.
Fuck Sammy Callahan.
Sammy Callahan should
Pinning
be
off.
champion there because he's the one bringing in everybody. He's the one who's making moves.
Woken Matt Hardy. All right, so Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling both had events this weekend.
Yeah.
And they both happened, and some things happened during them.
Yeah, I would say we probably don't need to talk about Death Before Dishonor.
We'll just go through the
'Cause I didn't see it.
results, but we won't get into it.
All right.
So Jushin Thunder Liger took on Kenny King.
Guessing Kenny King won.
Kenny King won.
Yep.
I like Kenny King.
Kenny King's great.
You think he'll ever go to the WWE?
I think he needs to because he's starting to get stale.
yeah.
He needs to either break away from ROH and start going like around
What if-
the
do you think he
world.
could cut it in New Japan?
I don't know.
Go back to Impact.
Impact maybe. I'd say for him it'd be a smarter choice to like kind of tour the independents for a while.
Yeah.
Go to like AAW or Fest or something. Some place to just build up more of a arsenal. Because I feel like that's what he's missing is an arsenal.
Right.
He's good at what he does. He's very charismatic. He has a good gimmick. He just needs an arsenal.
He's
Cool
not-
moves. Some
Something that's because he's such an indie wrestler.
yeah. He's also like one of the last of like the 2009
Mm-hmm.
Ring of Honor crew there.
Right. The Briscoes, tag team champions, took on the Addiction.
I'm guessing Briscoe's won.
Let me look real quick. And you are correct. The
Yep.
Briscoes are still your ROH champions.
Yeah, Briscoes are probably gonna be champions for a while.
Yeah.
I think they might lose it at SG.
Yeah. They don't, I don't,
MSG.
Well, yeah, no, you got to think they don't have a whole lot of time left.
There's also not a ton of tag teams.
Yeah.
Like you got Best Friends, Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks have kind of been doing trios.
And they've been doing New Japan stuff way more often.
Saying
than,
like who other
I'm
than the
surprised
Addiction, like
when
those
they-
are like you can't really build a tag team division with four people.
Ring of Honor is like suffering.
They're getting gouged, dude.
Yeah.
And they're at their boom right now, and they don't have really a lot of talent to jump off of.
No,
So they need to start like looking at the independents and signing some new talents.
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see like guys like
I think Jeff Cobb's is step in the right direction.
That's a good one. This is kind of a spoiler, but
He's
the new TV champion.
yeah.
Does he beat Punishment? And Punishment is apparently going
No,
to
I
NXT.
think it's like for him, like to me, like that's like when Impact signed Brian Cage. I was like, that was
Makes
a very
sense.
smart decision.
See if Ring of Honor might be new, like open. to,
I mean, I don't know what's going on with him, but they need to get Neville.
Yeah, if they got Neville, it could change the card.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you got to bring up a couple of 3 or 4 fresh, new, kind of buzzy names.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe like a Marco Stunt, Phoenix.
Yeah.
If you could brought in Phoenix somehow, that would be a perfect fit.
See what
You could bring in, you know, who'd be
Starr.
David Starr would be a perfect
David Starr
fit.
would be huge for Ring of
or
Honor.
even like kind of taking over the Matt Riddle role, like a Tom Lawler,
yeah.
filthy Tom Lawler.
Mhm.
Maybe bring him in. They bring in these 4 guys who are kind of making a buzz, but they haven't broke out.
Fuck, you know
have
who they-
them kind of be your TV division, and you got to sign 1 or 2 big names.
Get Jack Swagger.
Nah,
Dude, he's
all right, but
He's
like
a
I'm
name.
not talking crap.
he's a name and he can wrestle.
You need buzz. You not names. You need buzz.
I know, but
so like Joey Janela would have been a perfect person for them to try to get, but because of his injury, that's
of
not
his
going to be a
injury, yeah.
thing. You could say like maybe
Trevor Lee.
Walter.
Walter would be
a huge get.
They're not going to get him, but Walter would be a fucking steal.
It would be a huge
He
get
would-
for them. But like I could see them maybe bringing in like Mark Haskins because he's not really doing anything. He's not really obliged to anybody. He'd be a
Right.
good fit, and he just won their tournament.
Yeah.
Their United Kingdom tournament thing they did.
Is Impact doing anything with Joe Hendry?
Yeah, they're doing that romantic love triangle where
Fuck that.
where what's Winter?
Yeah,
What was
Katie
her-
Lee Burchill.
Katie Lee Burchill is was dating Grado. She's
Fuck
into
that.
Joe Hendry, but Joe Hendry doesn't want to hook up with her because he's friends with
Joe
Grado.
Hendry should just that Ring of Honor should just get him
Yeah,
because he's.
I would say if they
good.
brought in a couple, because I think right now we're at this weird transition where things that weren't cool 5-10 years ago are coming to be cool again.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see them snatching up a couple of Lucha Libre guys because Lucha Libre is starting to make it big again.
Yeah, I think them getting.
bring-
Fuck! Imagine Pentagon in Ring of
Oh,
Honor.
I would love it, but I don't know if that's going to be doable. Phoenix, I think, is more doable than
Yeah.
Pentagon. I'd say you try to get. I'd say you get. Fuck. What's it? Bring in Hijo del Fantasma now that he's lost his mask. We do that. Get L.A. Park. That'd be a big one. Or Hijo del L.A. Park, and have them kind of be like, because you need that big name, but could also kind of do it. You can even bring in Pierre Caroulet.
Oh my god.
He could be kind of like a throwback. They did that with Glacier.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, but I'm thinking like stars, like guys who could like
No, I got you.
guys who haven't broken out but are close. And I'm thinking like,
Flip Gordon.
yeah, but Flip is. I'm trying to think of like if they can steal Ilya Dragunov and make him a huge name in the U.S. That's a brilliant way to do it.
Right.
Because like Progress Wembley is happened yesterday. I haven't had a chance to watch it because it's not anywhere. But the main selling of that pay-per-view was Ilya versus Pete Dunne, the 2 biggest names out of the UK right now. They're freaking fantastic. And if they brought him in as almost like a dominator, he's not the biggest guy, but he's like all heart. Have him come in, be a bad guy, become a good guy. You got a star. I would say him. If they can get Sammy somehow, Sam Callahan.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, and he's a guy who can bring in other names, younger talents.
Yeah, I could see a lot of Impact people going to ROH.
You know who's a guy who's coming up? He's really new, and I every time I see him, he gets better and better. So he just needs a breakout. Myron Reed. You ever see Myron Reed?
I have not.
He's like 6'1". Kind of looks like Shane Strickland, like body wise, but then he has like blonde hair. He's a black guy. He calls himself Hot Fire, Myron Reed. And he does these dope freaking cutters.
Yeah.
Like he's on MLW. Like this week, he fought Jason Cade, whatever.
Shit, they should get Pillman Jr.
Yeah, but Pillman Jr. is not very good. He's still fresh and green. That's why they paired him. You bring in freaking Teddy Hart and Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah.
And do what MLW is doing, only in Ring of Honor, it could be huge.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Because I feel like MLW has brilliant ideas, but they don't have the fan base to make those brilliant ideas crossover. Because like they have Sammy Callahan do it, teaming up with Sawyer Fulton and this other guy whose name I forget, and they're the Death Machines, essentially OI4K. But with Sawyer Fulton, which was the original plan in NXT for Sanity, was to be
Right.
Sammy Callahan, not Eric Young. That was
Yeah,
the
no, I
original
gotcha.
plan.
I gotcha.
So like they do a lot of cool ideas that people think about but never execute. So new foundation with Brian Pillman, Davey Boy, and Teddy Hart. I love it.
that'd be a good idea for Ring of
Yeah.
Honor. All right, back to the Death Before Dishonor.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Sumi Sakai took on Tennille Dashwood.
Guessing Sakai won.
Sakai won. I think Tennille Dashwood's in-ring career is quickly.
Fading
Yeah.
because she's not making it.
Well, no, you like. Did you? So she.
She has that skin.
She has that skin disease. She's probably going to be taking some time off.
Yeah,
She has an autoimmune disease.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no, Tennille Dashwood is sick.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if
and not like sick.
not like not like a New Mexican who's all sick, eh?
Yo,
No,
you all
she's
sick, fool.
as in like you should go see a doctor.
Yeah.
But even the doctor can't help you because you're just
No,
sick.
I bet you they're gonna keep that title on that woman who I honestly haven't seen any of her matches.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, although they have Women of Honor, they don't do a good job of
No,
promoting it.
but that's because anytime they build a star, that WWE takes them.
Yeah,
Like literally every time.
That's the challenge for the independent wrestling
Yeah.
scene is create a fucking women
They're like
wrestling
Deanna
star.
Purrazzo is gonna be our nope. All right.
Kaylee
How about
Ray-
Ashley? Nope.
Kaylee Ray, nope.
That was World of Sport, but yeah,
Right, World of Sport got 2 women, Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray.
yeah.
End of list of
That
women.
was one of the matches at the bar wrestling was Piper Niven versus Taya Valkyrie.
Nice.
It was really good. It was really, really good.
Viper is fucking great.
Yeah.
And Taya is all right.
Yeah.
She's growing on me.
Yeah. I like Viper because she's like a monster, but she's the most lovable girl ever. Like she's like super friendly and happy go lucky, but then she tears people up.
Oh yeah. No,
She's
no,
like, "Hi, I'm
she's great.
Viper."
And she's also
and
got a
I'm really
very
good."
thick Scottish accent.
Oh, does she? I haven't heard.
No,
her talk
she's
very
got a
much.
super thick Scottish accent.
For the hoy.
My name's Piper Niven.
Of
After
course.
that, Punishment Martinez. Who
Martinez.
I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about.
He's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's like holy shit level, but I can understand like he's pretty much a prospect of ROH. ROH has taken this guy who had a couple years under his belt and made him what he is.
Well,
That's
with a name
essentially what
like
happened with Donovan.
with a name like Punishment Martinez,
Martinez.
taking on Chris Sabin.
Who sad about Alex Shelley retiring.
Yeah.
So Chris Saban's like, now what do I do?
Right. I can never.
Like
have-
literally, you took away my one thing.
I remember Chris Sabin was supposed to be like the next
Oh,
big
yeah.
thing, and then they tried it, and it went nowhere.
He was like the freaking underdog in the X division for a while.
Yeah, they tried to do the whole. They fucked.
Yeah, they turned him heel right when he was getting buzz.
Well, I remember. So the storyline dictated Bully Ray taking on AJ Styles at Bound for Glory, but they wrote themselves into a hole with that Plan C option for the X Division title. So they have to give the title to Chris Sabin.
Yeah.
But Bully Ray wins it back.
Yeah. And then he blamed it on Velvet Sky, who was his real life girlfriend at the
Yeah.
time. They made it a whole
And then
thing.
Bully Ray stole his girl.
For reals.
For
That's
realsy.
funny. Yeah. But no, it's cool. He has personality. I can see him becoming an NXT trainer whenever
Yeah.
his time's up.
I think I would.
I would
agree.
love to see him go to the cruiserweight division as kind of like a veteran, like Brian Kendrick.
Like if they did a cruiserweight classic, Chris Sabin.
Yeah, they did like a second cruiserweight classic, call it the Guerrero Open.
Ooh.
Boom, since their name and shit after people.
I like the Malenko.
No, because he's still alive.
I don't give a fuck.
They name him after people in memoriam.
I don't care.
Dusty Rhodes,
No.
Mae
I
Young.
don't care.
Man, you're dumb. That's why I said there needs to be a heavyweight one
Fine.
called the San Martino
the
Classic.
Simon Malenko. The Simon Malenko Invitational.
Who's Simon?
Isn't that his dad?
No,
Yeah.
it's Gory Guerrero.
No, Malenko.
Oh, Malenko. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm doubling down on my Malenko.
No, fuck you.
I'm not
dude.
joining you on your Guerrero.
No, if you're thinking about the greatest cruiserweights of all time, you'd say Rey Mysterio, Guerrero, maybe Tiger Mask 1. And those are your three. And you're not going to call something the Tiger Mask Classic. You're not going to call something the Mysterio Classic because he's still alive. You got to go Guerrero
Eddie
Classic.
Guerrero was barely a cruiserweight.
Yeah, I know, but he shut up.
I'm mad at you.
But yeah, if they did another Cruiserweight Classic, I would love to see like guys like I could see Chris Sabin
Timothy
being like
Timothy Thatcher.
He's
not Timothy.
huge.
The cruiserweight guy from George Janela's Invitational 2.
Oh, Marco Stunt?
No, OTEP or something like that.
Spring Break 2. Oh, Eli Everfly?
No, I mean him,
Yeah.
but no.
Who are you talking about?
He's the chopping guy. You talking about how he always grabs his like
Oh, Tony Deppen.
that guy.
Tony Deppen. Yeah, no, dude, he's super young, man.
Yeah.
I think he's like 20 or something like that. But he
Well,
just grabs his dick all the time.
Yeah, and he thinks
he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, bitch." And he's 100% pure. That's what they call him.
That's weird.
100% pure Tony Deppen.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's very weird.
Gringo Loco. I want him in the
Yeah,
Cruiserweight
Gringo Loco, the
Classic.
base god, the worst character in that whole GCW lineup.
That was painful.
He's still wrestled. He was wrestled on the last show I just watched.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Hey, I don't know. Apparently, he's like in the Midwest lucha libre scene, which
Midwest.
I didn't even know there was a thing. But apparently, it's a
Hey,
thing.
we gotta get our lucha libre on in Kansas. Yeah.
I was thinking more of like Chicago,
Chicago?
Ohio kind of area.
God.
But yeah, apparently he's a big name there.
So Punishment Martinez defeated Chris Sabin. Spoiler alert: he lost the title to Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb is your new United World Television Champion.
There you go. Well, it makes sense because I think he won that Dojo Pro, which the winner got a shot at the ROH Television Championship.
And it seems like Punishment Martinez head to NXT development.
Yeah, that's not confirmed, but it's highly speculatory.
Highly speculatory. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. Like again, it's weird. Of all of the ROH names, it's weird.
He literally looks like a mix between Roman and Shinsuke.
That's a weird look.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sorry, Roman Reigns is devastatingly good looking. He's a devastatingly good looking man. I'll say it. Look him up. Look him up and tell me I'm wrong, producer. Roman, Roman, Reigns.
He looks like
R-E-I-G-N.
Jason Momoa.
He is a handsome man. I'm saying it live. Yeah,
There you
see,
go.
I'm not.
It's the hair, dude. It's all about the hair.
So to go from and the face,
I
and
told
the
you.
face,
Told you, it's
and
all about the hair.
And he's got that.
That's why I'm fucked, dude.
He's got that bass voice. Okay, so to go from
believe that.
believe that
We're
I
the
do.
Shield.
You're not good at cutting promos, Roman Reigns, but I do believe it.
You want to be a little bitch?
So to
Because he
go,
says bitch a lot.
so to go
because
from
he's a dog.
So to go from that to Shinsuke Nakamura, who's good looking, I'll give him that, but he's not devastatingly handsome. It's just a weird combination.
I honestly don't know if Shinsuke is considered handsome.
I mean, Jay, we got to go to the girl.
Yeah, the girl will decide.
Speaking of which, watch Deep Truth on Saturday
Okay.
on twitch.tv/ColorShakeIt Live.
I don't know if she knows how to spell Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, that's a hard thing to spell.
Shinsuke. Well, that's a mouth guard.
It's a mouth guard, a gum shield, if you will.
Okay.
He's good looking.
Okay. See?
Well, good to know.
Yeah, see? Like, people don't understand. I'm like, Asuka is ridiculously attractive.
All right.
I don't know what it is about Asuka.
I go with Alexa.
But I like her.
For me, Alexa Bliss.
I'm still good.
Nah, it's not. It,
After
I think
the-
doesn't have the balls to come on now.
After that, Bully Ray and Silas Young took on Colt Cabana and Flip Gordon in a tables match.
Colt won. That's my guess.
Let's find out. Colt Cabana's been wrestling for a very long time.
Yeah, he's been kind of switching off and on.
Well, I'm sure suing CM Punk has a lot to do with why he's wrestling again.
Yeah.
Bully Ray and Silas Young won.
Okay, it makes
you
sense.
think Bully Ray's going to lose a table match?
Yeah, but I thought it'd be apropos. That's the thing about it. It'd be like, oh yeah, well that's his match. I'm like, well that makes sense why you would lose. You lose at what you're good at, so it's a bigger deal. But I bet you they're gonna have a match, Flip versus Bully's. Probably
Well,
gonna
what
have a title
happened
back.
was-
what happened?
Was, I guess the referee was knocked out or something. They put Silas Young through the table.
Oh,
Bully
boo!
Ray
Boo!
did the heel
Yeah.
stuff because Bully Ray's the only bad guy left.
Oh,
And put Flip Gordon in the rec table. Referee saw it, called the match.
Rev didn't see all the broken wood. It's dumb.
Dumb. That's why you need instant replay. I'm okay.
That's
with
why you
it.
need like 15 refs for table matches. There's all of them surrounding the ring like lumberjacks.
Bully Ray will find a way to take out all 15 reps.
It'll be like Joey Janela and Spring Break.
You're not Earl Hebner.
You're not Earl Hebner, Tombstone. You're not Earl Hebner, Pile Driver.
After that match, we had Cody, Adam Page, the Young Bucks, and Marty Scurll taking on Kazuchika, Okada, Chucky T, Beretta, Tomohiro Ishii, and Rocky Romero.
Bull Club one, right?
I believe so.
Because it would make no sense for them to lose.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo, boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Doo-doo.
How great is it that Chuck E. Cheese in a fucking
Dude, how
ROH
great is it that
pay-per-view?
Chuck E. T is someone people know?
And he gets to hang out with fucking Okada,
Yeah, dude.
the main guy of New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Yeah.
and Chuck E. T get to be best friends.
Yeah. No, featuring Okada. We're the best friends. You're like supporting cast. Maybe around 5th season, you could become part of full cast.
I want them to have their own Being the Elite show.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch Best Friends
Yeah,
on the High Spots
yeah.
Network. It's essentially, it's like a shoot interview, but all they do is they ask dumb questions.
Right,
like,
right, right.
Like, how do you wipe? Because apparently, there's a 50-50 split between how people wipe.
How do you wipe?
Sitting down?
Yeah?
Do you stand up when you wipe?
I think it depends.
See, that's the thing. It's because it's something nobody ever talks about. There's a whole other side of the world that you don't know. And shit's just falling apart.
Well, this is a haunted studio.
But that's something they talk about on the show. They also talk about, like, how do you pee?
I sit down.
Oh, okay. They're like, do you, like, whip it out, pull out the boys? Do you go through the zipper? Do you go above the zipper? Like, what do you do?
I sit down. I want to be
And one of my
comfy.
favorite questions that he asks is, if you could open mouth kiss any New Japan roster non-gaijin, who would you kiss?
Okada.
He's like, it's always Sonata, dude. That man's a hunk.
Sonata is a very attractive man. So yeah, Bullet Club
That cracks me
won.
the fuck up.
Bullet
man.
Club won the match,
It's like a couple of girls talking at a slumber party, but it's a bunch of wrestlers.
and then Jay Lethal took on Will Ospreay for the World Championship.
I thought maybe Will Ospreay would win this, but I think Jay Lethal won.
I think it's a good decision that Jay Lethal won.
Why?
Well, I think because Ring of Honor desperately needs a consistency.
See, I think that's the opposite of what they need. They need a star to hold their title to make
Jay
them
Lethal
bigger.
is a star.
I don't think he is. I think he was. I think right now he's trying to come back, and the story is him trying to prove himself, and they give him the title too quickly.
Well, I would agree they gave him the title too quickly in that fucking clusterfuck storyline.
Like if he won Survival of the Fittest and then won the title, I'd understand.
I get your point, but it's Jay Lethal. He's a name,
Yeah.
regardless.
He would be someone I'd like to see in a Cruiserweight Classic too.
He deserves it. Jay Lethal's amazing. He should go in the fucking WWE Hall of Fame just for existing.
Remember at the Lucha Libre on USA when we were chanting at Stevie Richards? That was the same week Macho Man died.
Yeah, and then Jay
He
Lethal showed
came out
up.
as Black Machismo.
Jay Lethal's so
That was
good.
cool.
Like, to me, like he's like Sting level, where it's like I don't care if he never signs with the WWE, he's still one of the best of all time.
Right.
All right, so that was Death Before Dishonor.
Cool.
We didn't watch it, but that's
No.
what happened.
Yep.
You watched Fighting Spirit.
I watched most of it. I had to miss the first half because I was at work.
The
I got up to
the part where they
six
said
man.
the title of the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Give me this.
Shut up.
Give me this. I deserve it.
Okay. No, I jumped in in the middle, near the end, kind of.
All right, so we'll just run through the stuff you didn't see real quick, and
Okay.
then get into what
I
you
saw
did
the
see.
6-man with Best Friends and Goto versus Jeff Cobb and Jeff Cobb, Flip Gordon, and ACH.
Man, those guys are just everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so ACH, Taguchi, I'm not even going to try it. ACH, Taguchi, and Jushin Thunder Liger took on Roppongi 3K.
Okay.
And not Roppongi 3K won.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised about that.
Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels took on Chase Owens and Hangman Page.
Guessing SCU won.
SCU.
We're here. But
What'd you do to these fries?
Did you do anything to these fries?
Asshole.
Asshole.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian won.
Yeah, because they're way more over now than when they did the last show at the Walter Pyramid, when the one I was at, because they weren't SCU as we know them yet, so they were just there to job.
Right.
This time they actually have a following. I can see them coming in the New Japan.
It's crazy how successful Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels have been.
Since just the addition of Scorpio Sky.
Like, who would have thought the breakout, who would have thought Frankie Kazarian would be a breakout star from the remnants of TNA?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
The most TNA guy out, he didn't need TNA anymore.
Right.
Flip Gordon, Chris Sabin, and
That's
Jeff
where it
Cobb
came in.
took on Best
Chris Sabin,
Friends.
that's who it was, not
Yeah.
ACH.
Took on Hiroki Goto.
Yeah, that was a good match. Like, I came in right when they were doing the strong style smacks, where Jeff Cobb was just wrecking house. And
He's fucking great.
Trent Beretta did a baller ass knee because I love his knee. He is one of the most underrated. Trent Beretta is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world right now. You know, because he has everything to be a main eventer besides maybe that killer instinct.
Right.
That's all he needs is a killer instinct. And he could be huge.
He got fucked by being a part of the Dude Busters.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? Kalen
Croft.
Kalen Croft. Yeah, isn't he like a lawyer now? Like for reals?
I'll tell you what, he's not. A WWE superstar.
All right. So that match was pretty cool. It seems like after the match, Jeff Cobb won. After the match, Goto got in Jeff Cobb's face and basically was like, hey, man, fuck you. And Jeff Cobb was like, oh, you really want? Let's fight. And it basically was like, we're going to have a match.
So Goto and Jeff Cobb are going to have a match.
And probably the winner will face Tai Chi.
Yeah.
For the never open weight title. I can see Jeff Cobb winning.
Losing to Tai Chi.
Losing to Tai Chi. Goto gets a match. Probably Wrestle Kingdom against Tai Chi.
Right.
That's my guess.
Yeah, I think Jeff Cobb's got a ways to go before he starts like.
But he's over like in Japan and in the States.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
Japan loves those big boys.
Yeah. They just keep wanting to pair him up with Michael Elgin. Everybody just laughs. Like, no.
All right, so hear me out.
Jeff Cobb would be a perfect addition to the firing squad.
Stable. Hear me out. Stable. War Machine, Michael Elgin, and Jeff Cobb.
We're so
Fuck
fun.
Michael Elgin.
Yeah. No, but actually, now that I said it out loud, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Cobb's going to be the new recruit to the firing squad.
That'd be pretty fucking
He
sweet.
fits their aesthetic because he's Polynesian, if you will. He's Guam. And they're all pretty much Polynesian except for like Taiji Ishimori.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't really see him joining like a Chaos or a.
I can see him joining a
LIJ.
Suzuki Goon. I can see him joining the Suzuki Goon, but Suzuki Goon's already got
Firing
like 50
squad's going to
people.
be needing people.
Yeah. That's why I think Neville and Jeff Cobb, you got yourself a faction, dude.
I don't know, dude. Apparently, some other people are having my Neville conspiracy theory.
Where they're like, oh, he's not really left from WWE.
I don't think he has.
I think he has. I think he's trying to get the name. I think he wants to keep the name Neville because it's a name.
But Pac was his. Okay.
I'm telling you, just call himself Adrian King.
Yeah.
He was Adrian Neville, and he was the king of the cruiserweights, Adrian King. Nobody would ever be like, that doesn't make sense. No, people would be like, cool. Because then he can have a move, like instead of the red arrow, he could call it the King's arrow. You know, like stuff like it would make sense.
Or
and Pac, there's already a Paco, X-Pac, other Pacs, Tupac.
Pac of cigarettes.
A Pac of cigarettes.
Did you Pac your bags for the trip?
Yeah. So I don't think he wants to go by Pac.
You don't
I think he's trying to get the
last
Neville
minute.
name. I think he's trying to get the Neville name. Because they can't really register a name like Neville because it's a literal name, and that's the same thing they had with Ryback.
Yeah. Ryback's not an actual name.
Yeah, it is. It's a last name. Yeah. That was his defense when he got the name. So I bet you Neville's trying to get the name so when he goes to New Japan, he can just use the name Neville.
What a stupid last name.
Yeah.
Sorry, all of you Mr. and Mrs. Rybacks out there.
Yeah.
After that, Tetsuya Naito, Evil, and Sonata of LIJ taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and the Killer Elite Squad.
Dude, I love that team up. ZSJ and freaking Killer Elite Squad. Love that lineup, man. That's a cool team. Because they come out and Zack Sabre Jr. is the little one, but he's the most vicious out of the three.
I fucking love bad guy Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, dude, I've been saying that like when he was a babyface and he was starting to go a little heel in the UK, I was like, oh, wait till they see him in the US, and then he did it, and it was insane.
He's phenomenal.
He's great.
He has he's got such a fucking personality as a bad guy.
Oh,
It's great.
Because he always wants to be cocky. When he does his cool moves, everybody's like, oh, and then he gets cocky with it. And everybody's like, fuck you, dude. You know, like it works. It's so perfect. And him with just two big dudes behind him, and he just kind of like, hey, fuck you, you know.
Fuck you.
He pops his collar, flips off the camera.
I love the pop. The collar gets me every time.
Yeah.
So Zack Sabre Jr. and the Killer Elite Squad won?
Yep.
Yeah, tell us about it.
It was very back and forth. I was kind of in and out in this match, but I know that the story was Evil can't beat Zack Sabre Jr.
Well,
That's the thing. Like anytime they've ever crossed paths, Zack Sabre Jr. has tapped them out, and it's one of those things where now Evil, because that's how the match ended. Was clusterfuck. Everybody's in the ring. Oh my god, big moves. And then Evil gets him, sets him up for the Everything is Evil STO move. Zack flips it into an armbar, taps him out. Zack Sabre Jr. walks out, kind of talking shit, and Evil sits there. He's just bummed out. Like, I'm the weak link of this team.
Well, he is.
And then Naito comes in and like basically like helps him up. It's like bros,
Yeah.
So it seems like the
Tranquilo.
story they're telling with that is that Evil needs to beat Zack Sabre Jr. before he's able to prove himself as a working member of LIJ. And apparently there's rumors of LIJ getting a new member.
Okada.
I've said it was Okada. I think that's going to be a bigger thing down
Who
the
do you
line.
think it's going to be?
I don't know, man. It's probably going to be somebody from... They're saying it might be someone who's on excursion right now. But it's too early for Kawada. So I don't know who it could be. Because I don't know a ton about... It won't be a Gaijin. Because that's their whole shtick, is they're kind of like all Japanese guys. I can see... I would love to see Takeda come in. The guy who just won the Nick Gage Invitational. Because he wrestles, he's a triple champion in BJW, Big Japan. He's the deathmatch champion and the regular champion. So he can do both, and he would fit aesthetically with them. But I don't think that's where they're going to go with it, so I don't know. But that's the rumor. King of Pro Wrestling, it's probably going to happen.
Okay.
They probably need a junior. Because they got Bushi, but Bushi kind of sucks. He's not bad, I'm just saying, like...
They need a better one.
They need a better one.
I gotcha.
What's next?
Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida
Cool.
took on Jay White
I fucking love Jay White, dude.
and Gato.
Yeah, Jay White's the best, dude. He's officially turned the corner, and he's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming into his own.
He's found his voice.
Mhm.
Like, that's, like, I think him pissing off Josh Barnett really flipped everything for him.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, yeah.
I have
makes
something
sense.
here.
Yeah.
He just needs to learn how to cut a promo.
Yeah, he cut a pretty damn good promo
I know,
now.
but it's just like it's the little things. It's the press conference stuff. I just don't.
Dude, I believe everything he fucking says. dude.
It's in the performance. Like I believe everything Juice Robinson says.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
believe-
with Juice is like,
I
where
believe
did that come from?
I believe everything Cody says, and I mean, like Okada's an understated guy, but I believe everything he says.
Yeah.
With Jay White, it's just a little bit too much like acting.
He's changed that. That's
Yeah.
changed. I don't know when was the last time you watched.
I watched when he first turned on Okada.
Okay. Okay, then I guess pretty recently. For me, it seems like he's become less of the I'm a drama student,
yeah.
like acting my heart out, and like I'm gothy.
It's there.
Now he found his voice, and he's basically just a dick.
It's there. It just needs to be polished.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he now enunciates. He now, I know, ironic that I mess up enunciate. He enunciates and he
pronounces
projects.
words right.
He projects better now. So like he's a lot better at like with a crowd, just talking shit as opposed to maybe one-on-ones.
Yeah.
But like when he's in the crowd, he's like, "You must breathe with the switchblade," and it's freaking sweet. He's so cool, dude.
I think putting him with Gato's good.
Oh, brilliant! Have him take over Chaos. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Chaos just is done.
Yeah.
Like instead of splitting it up and having a feud between Chaos, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of split it and they each call themselves something different.
Right.
Because Chaos, the original Chaos is what, Nakamura and Yano.
Yeah, it was Nakamura.
Nakamura and Yano. So you got Yano there, but he's not even really on that level.
And I don't think New Japan's gonna miss like a stable.
Yeah. Like Connor's Dream World. I would love to see Zack Sabre Jr. go after Minoru Suzuki as
Right.
leader. Just because I would love to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Maybe down the line, but I don't think anytime soon. I thought that might be what they were leading to before Jericho won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's what they were going to go with the Intercontinental, is Zack Sabre Jr. going for Suzuki's title, claiming it's about the title and not their relationship, but then he turns on him
Right.
and gets basically all the guy genes.
The only thing I think getting in the way of that is the fact that Zack Sabre Jr. is not Japanese.
Well, that's why I think it would work.
Yeah.
Because he's that crossover, in the this proved it with him winning the New Japan Cup. So he's British, but he wrestles so much like a Japanese wrestler.
Mhm.
Like he fits in so well with New Japan. You know, like WWE, he kind of fit.
Right.
But like New Japan, it's like that's exactly where he belongs. He's in the right stable. He's in the right attitude. He's got the right gimmick. Everything just works.
No, I got you. I hear what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Jay White and Gato won.
Yep. They basically, he basically beat the shit out of Tanahashi.
So I'm sure. I think at the next, is it King of Strong Style?
King of Pro Wrestling.
King of Pro Wrestling will get Jay White versus Tanahashi.
It's already been announced because I think it's like next week actually.
God damn, dude.
And it's for the contract.
So Tanahashi will probably win.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
Who do you think? So Okada costs Jay White. You get Jay White Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
They'll probably. I don't think he's gonna cost them because New Japan doesn't do costs. They do after the match kind of stuff.
Okay, so Tanahashi wins.
Tanahashi will win clean, and then Jay White will maybe Gato will start attacking Tanahashi and Okada will come out, and then maybe lead into like a tag match. Tanahashi and Okada, bitter enemies, turn allies against Jay White, just to kind of fill in the time between to get to Tanahashi versus Omega because I think there's power struggle.
Yeah.
Also happening between Wrestle Kingdom and now, so you can do King of Pro Wrestling and then power struggle, maybe a tag match, Okada and Tanahashi versus Jay White and Gato.
Right.
And then they'll win. Okada will want to fight Jay White one-on-one. That's where I see it going. That makes the most
Okada
sense.
wins.
Okada will win. Well, actually, I could see Okada losing.
I don't know. It's Wrestle Kingdom.
That's true, but what's the story they're telling with Okada?
He's going through something.
He's falling from grace. He was a god, and now he's just a man. What's the better way to symbolize that? This young talent beating him.
So I imagine it would go down during the Tanahashi Okada White Gato tag match.
Yeah.
That's when Jay White would get the pin on him.
Yeah.
So
I think
Jay White wins.
I think Okada's going as low as he could go so that he can build his way back up. So it'll naturally feel like him getting back to the main event scene instead of him getting out and then going back in. Kind of like how Tanahashi does, where he's out and then he's in and then he's out and then he's in.
Right. No.
Okada, I think, is going to be more of a fall and then a rise.
I get what you're saying.
It seems like now they're going to do whenever Okada's doing worse, Naito's going to do better, and they just kind of rotate it out so they don't touch each other for a while. Because that's how they do.
Jay White got a "fuck you" Switchblade chant.
Yeah, dude, he's the best.
Damn, dude.
I love Jay White. He's got all fucking bulk too. He's a big old strong boy now.
Right.
He used to be all tiny. He
Yeah,
fought David
I
Finlay
remember.
as a young lion, and now he's all jacked. Yeah, I saw him at Ring of Honor 15th anniversary. He was still like on excursion. He had the white tights, teamed up with Leo Rush, that kind of time.
Yeah.
He was all tiny. Now he's all ripped. He's a good looking man. I think he's a good looking man.
After that, Will Ospreay took on Marty Scurll in
Probably
the
match of the night.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Title Tournament semifinals.
I thought Skrull would win this.
Yeah, I was surprised that people thought Ospreay would win.
Kushida and Skrull have never clashed one-on-one. At least as far as I know. I don't think they've ever clashed. Makes sense for them to meet for the title.
Yeah.
Since they've never touched.
Right.
So, makes sense. I bet you... I think Skrull's going to take it. The whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah. Because I think Kushida's held the title 5 times.
They need to do something to keep Skrull because Triple H isn't dumb. He knows when to talk to wrestlers about.
I don't know what you do after he wins the title. Maybe
Loses
Skrull versus Taiji.
Loses the
and
title.
It's Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I don't know.
Skrull versus.
Because I don't know what would be the story for Kushida. Because Kushida's beaten everybody.
Right. No, I hear you.
And they probably don't want to do Ospreay Kushida at Wrestle Kingdom again.
Skrull versus.
Maybe Neville?
Ooh.
If Neville comes in versus Skrull,
That would be pretty sweet.
that'd be pretty big crossover match.
Ticking Time Bomb's not coming back for a while, right?
Year. He's out for a year.
Yeah, he's out for a year.
So he'll probably come back with a whole new gimmick, not even a part of LIJ.
Right. That sucks. I like his gimmick.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be a different character. I think he's just not going to be LIJ.
He's going to be in a gang.
He'll come out, be just himself, get a couple applause, and then figure out from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, I think Taiji Ishimori is probably going to win the tournament to get the title shot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tournament, right?
Yeah, it's a tournament.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So you.
Because it's not the best of the Super Juniors, it's the other one. The The J Cup, Junior J Cup. Is that what's happening?
No, it's a tournament for the title.
I know, but don't they usually do a tournament around this time to determine the junior? No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Never mind. Forget me.
They don't.
They don't. Anyway, I think Scroll's going to take it.
After that shock of the night, Young Bucks taking on Gorillas of Destiny.
Was it a shock?
I think so.
I thought Gorillas were a shoo-in to win.
Taking on the IWGP Tag Team Championships, and Gorillas of Destiny are your, let's just say it, I think this is the most important tag team title.
In the world?
Not in the world, but in New Japan.
Oh, yeah. The Trios title doesn't matter.
No, fuck no.
And the junior division is fucked right now.
So the IWGP Tag Team Champions are Tama Tonga and Tongaloa.
You know why I thought they were going to win? Because Young Bucks are going to win the World Tag League.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's a shoo-in.
That makes sense.
So if you have Gorillas win now, they have a rematch, they lose, but then the Young Bucks win the World Tag League, which is coming up pretty soon. Actually, they might not even get a rematch. They might just... I don't know.
What did you think of this match?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really complain about it. You know, it's a pretty standard match.
Young Bucks can't put on a bad match if they try.
No. Yeah, like I can't really. I don't have much to say. It's a good match.
Matt Jackson's back giving out on
it.
it.
They're going back to that. They have Nick doing the hot tag. Gorillas are being kind of dicks, but they're not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the thing.
I like that. I like bad guys who are just bad guys.
Yeah, they do cheat, but not in this match.
Right.
And it just made sense for me to have them go over at this point in their feud, because I bet you they want to take this feud to Wrestle Kingdom.
So what do you think? What do you think is happening in 2 months?
2 months. That's Power Struggle.
Well, I mean that's Young Bucks. So
I bet you
that's the
when's the World Tag League start? I think it's this next month or this month.
So the Young Bucks contracts are up in like November.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah. What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're going to do?
I could see them signing with New Japan and not Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
That's where I think they're going to go. I'm sorry, I'm just looking up when.
Maybe 1 year with just New Japan.
Yeah, they announced last year. They announced all the teams for the World Tag League in September 13th. It's now October, so it should be coming up soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they'll sign with New Japan and be exclusive to New Japan. That way, if they work a less schedule, they have to travel a little bit more, but less of a schedule.
Then they don't have to be doing ROH stuff.
You're right, because that seems to hinder them a bit.
Well, yeah, because they got to travel back and forth between.
And Japan. That way, they could still be there for the big Madison Square Garden show.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find out when these usually take.
Then we had Juice Robinson.
November through December. Sorry.
No problem.
So we got a while for the World Tag League.
After that, Juice Robinson, your New Japan Pro Wrestling United States champion, took on Cody, your National Wrestling Alliance champion.
The World's Championship.
The NWA
World's Championship. I was surprised.
I was not.
I thought Cody was going to lose for sure.
I don't Cody's going to win all the belts.
He'll win the U.S. title. Fits him perfectly. He should have been the first U.S. champion. I know they did it for Kenny to make him look big because he can't have the title at the time.
Right.
But if they were actually booking the title to fit who owns it, Cody should have been the first one.
You think he's going to hold that belt for a while?
U.S. title? At least to Wrestle Kingdom.
That belt's been being that belt has 4 champions now, and it was debuted
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
A year ago.
A year ago, yeah.
Year and a half, maybe.
No, it was a year ago.
It was during the G1 special in July, so a year and like 2 months. 4 champions? That seems about right.
Oh.
Better than the freaking Trios title. Trios title was introduced 2 years ago. It has like 15 champions.
Well, it's the Trios title.
I know.
Who cares?
Okay, fair.
I'm saying if you want to establish a belt, someone needs to hold that belt for a while.
Yeah.
I think Cody's the perfect guy to do it.
I think it's becoming more and more believable that Cody Rhodes is not going to be the new face of NWA.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose it to Magnus at the 70th anniversary
show.
You're
thinking, Nick Aldis.
And that would make sense why he would have both titles. Because he wouldn't need a U.S. title if he has the NWA title. But if he loses the NWA title, has the U.S. title, he doesn't lose anything for losing.
Right.
He doesn't lose any credibility in the
know.
kayfabe-ness of it.
Crazier things have happened. Hear me out. Cody holds both titles for a while.
I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. I just can't
It elevates the U.S. title. It elevates the NWA World title. It elevates the fuck out of Cody.
Right.
It elevates both promotions because look at this guy holding two prestigious belts at the same time for a long time. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah.
I don't think someone's held two belts for an extended period of time.
For me, I don't think it will happen.
I think it should. I think that
It'd be cool, but I don't think it's going
and
to.
for all people and of all of the people in professional wrestling to do it, I think Cody's the perfect guy to do that.
Yeah. I think he's a perfect guy to make that U.S. title a bigger deal.
I agree.
Kenny was. Everybody knew it was just kind of a trophy to get.
And it was
Kenny.
like good for new. I think it was a prize for Juice because Juice Juice had paid his dues. He cut a phenomenal promo.
Yeah,
and it was like, all
he
right,
still cuts phenomenal.
He's great.
He had to apologize. I don't know if he had to. He apologized for saying that he's the American Dream, and people were like, "That's Cody's dad's nickname," and that was like. That's not what he meant. He meant like he's someone who came from nothing.
Yeah, he's
and
he's the son of a machine operator.
Yeah, like everybody knew what he meant. He didn't need to apologize.
Yeah.
But
and Cody definitely knew what he meant.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So dumb.
Wrestling fans are dumb. We'll get into that in a second. But I think it's good for Cody. Honestly, I kind of want to see that. I want to see Cody hold those two belts.
Yeah, I just feel like having both titles diminishes them both.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree wholeheartedly, sir.
Fair enough.
Like, I get what you're saying, but I think if he defends both very well, I don't think it'll...
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you because we don't know.
Right.
Anyway, and then the main event.
Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada took on Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega. Chaos versus the Golden Lovers.
This is a good match, except for the fact that I was really disappointed.
Yeah?
I thought this match was going to be fucking show stealer fantastic, and it was okay.
Well, I don't think you can have a show stealer every night.
But it's the main event.
No, I
and
get
it's
you.
The first time Okada and Omega touch on American soil. That should have been a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
The commentators were trying to sell it as a big deal. Nobody understood like the booking of it because they kept having them almost touch and then they pull away. The match should have started with them both in the ring.
Yeah.
And everybody just getting hyped. Like, yes, this is what we want to say.
And then tag in.
No, and then they lock up, back away, do their normal like feeling each other out, and that's when they tag.
Yeah.
Just so like the moment of them touching in the U.S. felt like a bigger moment because they kind of blew past it. They were leading up to it, and then when it happened, they blew past it. And I felt like that was a little bad.
No, I get what you're saying.
So like, because do you remember the first time they touched?
Yeah.
Like the exact moment?
No.
That's my point. It should have been a bigger deal. Because the first time they touched, he got him in like a headlock and threw him in a corner. I was like,
Big
cool.
deal.
And then they did a couple of tandem moves. So I'm like, now what? It could have been a bigger moment if you had Kenny and Okada like hyping up the crowd for them to lock up.
Mm-hmm.
Like something so small as a lock up could have been huge and got the crowd like fucking amped. And then from there, go and have a match.
Well, maybe just like different audience. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like if that was done in front of like a Japanese audience, that would have been a bigger moment.
See, but the thing is about Japanese culture, because they're so reserved, doing that's the way I said wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
The way they did it in the match would have worked better in Japan. In the U.S., hype is a big thing. You want to get everybody hyped at the beginning of the match so that they can get into it and invested. You're leading, and then when they finally touch and it doesn't really go anywhere, you're going to kind of like diminish the crowd a bit.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because you're like, oh my God, they're going to touch. Oh my God, they're going to touch. They're going to touch. Oh, they already touched? I totally missed it. What happened? I was getting nachos or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like a
Fucking nachos.
nothing moment.
After, so Kenny Omega, the Golden Lovers won.
Yep.
And then, so walk me through this end.
So I'm trying to remember because
So we're getting a triple threat.
oh, the actual like end. So Kenny comes out after the match. He's all, well,
It's a pretty fucking good Kenny.
well, I have to say that we're all about innovation and originality. Innovation, originality. I just messed up. You know, he does like his Kenny shtick, but he basically says, Coda, everybody wants it. You earned a shot by beating me in the G1. Everybody wants the real one-on-one match, you versus me, for this title. Let's do it at King of Pro Wrestling. And everybody's like, fuck yeah. Everybody's all clapping. Even Bull Club's like, yeah. And then Cody comes in like a dick,
Yeah.
steals the mic, and he's like, That's a good idea. Everybody wants to see it. But how about I relieve some of the pressure? So he's basically saying instead of you guys fighting each other, that it becoming a real fight.
Yeah.
He's like, how about I come in there to basically be the lightning rod of hate between you two, so you guys can get that match between each other, but not hate each other because you're going to be fighting me essentially.
Right.
And that's the thought process.
Sound logic.
Logical. And that's why Kenny agrees to it. Reality, I bet you Cody's just using that to get into the main event to try to win the title.
Probably. Yeah.
That's probably the backside of it.
Hear
But
me
that's
out.
Cody.
Hear me out. Conspiracy theory. Wrestle Kingdom, we get that Kenny Omega Kota Ibushi match. It's not for the title because Cody Rhodes won that title.
No, fuck.
Hear me
no.
out. Hear me
Fuck
out.
no.
Hear me out. Tanahashi takes on U.S., NWA, and IWGP Heavyweight
No
Champion
fucking
Cody.
way.
Motherfucking Cody.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Just
It's got to be
imagine.
Kenny Omega versus that loser Tanahashi.
Just imagine. Though.
No, dude. Tanahashi
Cody
versus
Rhodes
Omega
comes.
is a match that's been brewing for years.
I don't know.
They were supposed to have a match at Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago.
I don't know.
3 years ago.
He is the American Nightmare.
Nah.
Cody.
No, Cody will probably not even be at Wrestle Kingdom.
What?
Yeah.
He's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom,
Nah.
sir.
It's going to... Oh, I just thought of a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
What? Let me hear.
Never going to happen. Brilliant idea. First off, Cody doesn't win. Let's get that off the plate.
All right.
The match at Wrestle Kingdom will be a title unification match. Cody, the U.S. title, unifying with Jericho, Intercontinental title.
No.
Jericho versus Cody in New Japan.
No, that defeats the whole purpose of Chris Jericho coming to New Japan.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
Chris Jericho came to New Japan to wrestle people he's never wrestled before. He's wrestled Cody before.
I don't think that's why he went to New Japan. He went to New Japan because he went for Buzz.
It makes no sense
And
for
I think
him to.
Buzz right now is around Cody.
That is
Title unification.
I'm sorry.
That way they can get rid of this goddamn U.S. title.
Fuck that. That's like, what if? Hear me out. Hear me out. Shawn Michaels comes back. Hear me out. Hear
And
me
he-
out. Hear
and
me
he
out.
fights The Undertaker.
And he wrestles the Undertaker. Hear me out. Hear me out. That's Survivor Series. That's why.
That's so dumb.
Dream match.
Dream match.
We've already had it.
First time ever.
So that's why Chris Jericho versus Cody. I'm like, that's dumb.
I think it could be. I think it could work.
No, I'm excited. I think triple threat, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Cody. That'll be a good match.
Yep.
Cody will get his fucking head kicked.
Yeah,
in.
he'll be there to take the fall, so neither of them could justify beating the other.
Coda hits the his diving move.
Oh, the Phoenix Splash.
Phoenix Splash. Kenny Omega throws him out of the ring. Gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Kenny Omega
something like that.
remains champion.
And then Coda is like,
You got me.
You got me, but you didn't
very
beat me.
Sneaky, sis.
and then it leads up to what I predicted: New Year's Dash, the show after Wrestle Kingdom.
Coda joins Firing Squad.
Fuck yeah, he
Fuck
does.
yeah.
I'm telling you, that's where it's going.
That'd be pretty sweet.
If that happens, dude, I have to get some sort of reward because I called that a fucking year ago.
You did on this show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get just into our topic, our title. It's very important. That was New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed, not Strong Style Unleashed.
Yeah, I thought it was Strong Style Unleashed.
No, you came after me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'll let it go. So last week on Monday Night Raw, Brie Bella did the unthinkable
And murdered
made a
someone.
mistake. She made a very simple mistake.
She kicked the shit out of someone's
She
face.
knocked Liv Morgan the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now, some people dropped the ball during that segment. We cannot deny that.
Yeah.
The people who did not drop the ball, however, are Brie Bella and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Whoever in that, whatever douchebag dumbass producer during that match saw Liv Morgan fall to the ground, crumple, not know where the fuck she was, and nobody sitting there going, maybe we should take her out of the match right now. They were like,
She's fine.
she's fine.
She's fine.
You know, they stopped that Enzo Amore match immediately.
To be fair to everybody involved,
Yeah.
there is that mentality of finish the match.
Yeah. The show must go on.
The show must go on, must finish the match. If they don't know what's happened and on the surface she's saying she's fine, what can you do?
When she was clearly not fine.
But she kicked out.
Yeah,
She was out on her. She was out on her feet,
But
as they
that's
say.
I mean, that's like instinct. Sandman got
I understand.
his
but
brain
if you're in
scrambled.
the position, like if let's just say I found you on the floor, I said, "Connor, you okay?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm like, "All right, cool. Well,
I just took
Cool.
a bunch of yes kicks from Brie Bella.
yeah." I'm saying I wouldn't be like, "Okay, we'll call a doctor." No, you'd be like, I'm good."
No, I'm good, man. I want to finish the match.
I bet you that's burned in her skull, and that was the first time she ever did it.
Now-
Props to her for fucking.
Considering
going.
the fact that they've stopped matches just to stop somebody from a little bit of blood.
Yeah,
Oh, there's only so much excuse I'm going to give them.
this is where I won't defend anybody. You have a fucking 6-man tag match. Those matches are literally designed so if someone gets hurt, you can just kick them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have her go to the back. Nobody would care. Be like, damn, she really kicked her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. And it wouldn't have been a big deal.
So here's my thing. Here's my whole thing. Because Brie Bella instantly got a lot of hate from the
Yeah.
internet afterward, and
A little bit weird.
it's like not criticism, full on hate.
Uh-huh.
I will say this: in the same match, Brie Bella kicked Liv Morgan in the motherfucking face. She also elbowed Ruby Riott in
Yeah.
the motherfucking face.
Yeah.
I am not trained in professional wrestling. I do not have like Brie Bella is immensely more talented at professional wrestling than I am. I feel that they brought the Bellas back way too quickly. Brie Bella was never that good of a professional wrestler to begin with.
True.
And now she's sloppy because she's been away for like
Having a kid.
2-3 years doing mom stuff.
Yeah.
And just because Daniel Bryan's been working with her doesn't mean it's all been retained.
Right.
I don't like the fact that the Bellas are back
Well, yeah, I agree.
because
But I get why they're back.
I get why, but all it's done is injure a wrestler and show that the Bellas were never that great to begin with.
It's really definitely, at least to me, it's shined a light, at least to people who maybe are not in the same boat as we think.
Yeah.
It shined a light on the Bellas not being as big of a deal.
No. Yeah.
Because, like, there are people who are, like, who came in through wrestling through things like Total Divas
Right.
and stuff like that, and they're, like, been fed this, like,
This
fake
narrative
history
that these are like legends.
fantastic wrestlers, they progress wrestling. And then they come out and fuck up, and then it's going to open eyes to people who are like, oh.
Like I don't
That's all fake.
I don't think any of the hate messages that Brie Bella's gotten since are necessary.
No.
I don't think
No,
she
no,
needs
no.
to retire.
No.
There are far worse professional wrestlers.
It was honestly just that night in particular. It was just a hodgepodge
Stop
of
putting Brie Bella-
bad circumstances.
Stop having Brie Bella fucking wrestle.
Yes,
Like
but
just stop putting her in that position.
yes. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, I
Connor.
know. But
Yeah,
there's
don't
been two,
have Owen Hart wrestle.
But
He
there's-
broke
but
fucking
there's-
his neck.
but there's been
Stone Cold's neck.
There's been too many times. There's been too many times in the past like month or so of Brie Bella's ring rust shining very brightly and obviously.
No, what they should do, honestly, Jesus Christ, dude, you're
Sorry,
just knocking
man.
shit over.
Yeah. I feel
They
so strongly
honestly
about
should
this.
do is go to Brie and say, calm
The
fuck
fuck
down.
down.
Because that's what's happening. Is she's getting all amped up and she's not thinking clearly.
Or Ruby Riott just needs to actually kick her in the fucking head.
She's probably going to get a receipt sometime.
Yeah.
Probably at Australia.
No, Brie Bella is not. Brie Bella's on the you do not get to give her a receipt level.
It's wrestling, dude. She's going to get
I don't
clocked.
know. Brock Lesnar legitimate, although Brock Lesnar was giving Braun Strowman
A
a
receipt, yeah. Receipts are a real
The
thing.
only person I think who could get away with giving Brock Lesnar a receipt is Samoa Joe.
Yeah. My point being is, I think she's nervous and trying to prove something, and she's not thinking clearly, taking risks that maybe she shouldn't.
I agree.
You can't fault her for taking risks and failing.
Well, it's
What
probably-
you can fault her is pay a fucking attention to what you're doing, attention to detail.
Slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
If I'm sorry, but like if Liv Morgan is selling the fucking Brie Bella version of the yes kicks a certain way, maybe don't keep kicking her in the fucking face.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't looking. She was looking at Ruby.
I know, which that's the other thing is like, hey, look at your
Look
fucking
at what
opponent
you're
when
doing.
you're
Yeah,
kicking
that's
him
what I
in
mean.
the
But like,
face.
she needs to calm down, take a deep breath, and move on from this and prove why she is better than
Mm-hmm.
that. And that's all she can do, because right now she's in a situation where there's so many things that happened that were her fault that people are starting to noticing a pattern.
Yeah.
One time's a mistake, 2 times unfortunate, 3 times is a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's such a generic thing.
No, but you're right.
But it's true. It's just like if the best wrestler in the world right now, Kenny Omega, he knocked the fuck out of Evil.
Yeah.
And he was forced to do a one-wing angel and pin him. He didn't want to. He was forced to. Did everybody shit all over Omega?
No.
No.
People were pissed off at the ref.
They're pissed at the ref. And that's where they should be. They should be like, Liv Morgan should have not been allowed back in that match.
Agreed.
Doesn't mean you have to end the match. It's a 6-1 tag. Just have her go to the back.
Well-
Say, wow, Brie Bella's kicks are so devastating. They knocked her out, and actually show it and be like, that's why you don't fuck with Brie.
Brie Bella's kicks more powerful than Daniel Bryan's?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. You can form
She
a narrative.
stole her husband's kicks.
That's the thing that like WWE does not know how to do right. That I think like Impact and even Ring of Honor do fantastic.
Yeah.
Go with the flow. Don't be like breaking kayfabe just because something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Go with the flow. Figure it out on the fly. So like instead of like, I'm trying to think of an example.
There's just no excuse.
Samoa Joe got busted open at NXT Brooklyn. They stopped the whole match and was like, kayfabe, okay, everybody, kayfabe. We're going to go check on his eye. Oh, no, you're in a blood feud right now.
Right.
He's bleeding. Go check on him while Finn's distracted or some shit. Like, have the ref be like, no, you got to calm down. Calm down, Finn. And have the guys go check him real quick. Okay, cool. Can you continue? Yeah, I think he's okay, let's go. And then go with the flow. Because if it was like a cut and it's leaking into his eye and he can perform, stop the match. I know it sucks.
I get what you're saying.
But like, you gotta learn how to go with the flow instead of just stopping everything, reminding the entire crowd that this shit's fake, and it pisses people off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I feel like this is. If they would have just had her get out, checked on her, noticed that she was probably concussed, because that's like their number one medical thing. They should be able to. She's concussed.
Yeah.
Take her to the back. Nobody will bat an eye. It'd be Ruby and Sarah versus those 3.
Especially because I don't see the Bellas continuing after Evolution.
No.
So it just kind of sucks that they're sacrificing this young up-and-coming stable that's still going to be around to the Bellas. I don't think the online comments and the bullying
it's dumb.
It's unnecessary. It's ridiculous.
If I could, I would nuke the entire social media.
And I'm sorry. All we're doing is armchair. Like all we are is armchair.
Oh, she should have looked at her when she kicked. I'm like, well, she didn't. You know.
Yeah. There's
you can't do anything about it.
Accidents happen in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Owen Hart broke Steve Austin's fucking neck. AJ Styles broke Yoshitatsu's neck, and we didn't ban the Styles Clash.
Nope.
AJ Styles just has to make it a point of going, hey, don't tuck your fucking chin.
It's like it's about accepting your defeats and learning from them.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I think what's Brie's problem is it's so close to when she botched those suicide dives, and then she also hit Ruby, which I think is honestly just like, I fucked up. Don't fuck up. Your own thinking.
I love Ruby Riot's face though after she elbows her in the face because it's like this bitch.
No, Ruby Riott is probably like out of all the people in that match, like even more than Natalya, is the most like ring savvy. She understands.
She's probably
wrestling.
One of the better women's wrestlers in the division right now.
Yeah.
They're not giving her nearly enough to do. It's ridiculous.
But
I don't know. Hey, internet, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, dude. Can we go back to like 2010 when everybody just said super offensive shit and people were just cool with it?
Well, we'd have to go back to not having a women's division, and I don't.
That's true.
Days. Those days were even worse.
That's true.
The things they said during women's matches. I actually had a very unfortunate conversation with somebody at work who's a dear friend, and I will not shame him. But he watches wrestling kind of. He's like, I don't pay attention to women's matches. I don't like women's wrestling now. I miss bra and panties matches. I was like, oh boy.
Well, you also gotta like be like, well, he is a guy. And saying like it's one of those things where like you can't say that anymore because of the generation we live in, but there's still that mentality.
Call me old fashioned, but I don't like having my time wasted. And if I'm watching a wrestling pay-per-view, I want to see wrestling.
Yeah.
One of the worst segments ever in my mind was when Michael Cole and JR, and it's not just because it was a bad segment, because it had no place in a fucking wrestling show, was when Michael Cole and JR, it was during the Slammies, this is how well I remember this, Michael Cole and JR had a rap-off.
That's true.
And it was as bad as you think. And then Booker T, who brags about knowing an audience, was like, I know what the audience wants. They want to see JR, this 60-something-year-old Oklahomian football commentator who had what was it? It was balls.
Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy.
No.
Yeah.
It was a palsy, but it wasn't cerebral palsy.
Had a disease that affected his motor,
Yeah.
his motor functions and stuff like that.
And he had a stroke.
No one wants to see him do a spin-a-rooney, Booker.
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess what, Griff? He did it.
He did it.
He didn't do it very well. It was one of the and then I forgot who it was on commentary. I think it might have been Josh Matthews or something, but somebody was like, that was the worst segment in WWE history. And I was like, oh yeah, I just saw that.
My entire point is not I disagree with you. It's just you got to understand how people think. And somebody who grew up with the Attitude Era, that's what wrestling is to them.
Yeah.
And they just want what they had as opposed to what we're offered.
No, I got you.
So where you're like, I miss Braun Panties matches. I don't think they really miss Braun Panties matches. They just miss that time of decade where Braun Panties matches were there because the show was targeted towards men.
Yeah.
Show was targeted towards men. Violence, swearing, beat up your boss, women in lingerie.
I guess my whole thing is like the era of women, the era where women didn't really have to care about what they were doing,
Right.
is so over.
Right.
It's
And
so
I
over.
agree with you.
And I'm not trying
I'm
to
just
say,
saying, don't shit on your friend just because
I'm not
they want
shitting on
that.
him. I love him. He's a dear friend.
And plus, you can't get mad at people for wanting sex. Sex is great.
Careful. We're doing so well on today's podcast.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, whatever you're attracted to, you want more of.
We're getting so Session Moth Martina.
Exactly.
She's my lady. Anyway,
And if she comes up and was just started to strip in front of you, you'd be like, fuck that. I respect you too much. Don't do that.
I don't think I can answer that question.
Exactly. That's
just
my point.
in case.
But I'm saying that's all I'm saying.
So what do we
Don't shit on
do?
people.
Do we get the pitchforks? Do we run the Bellas out of town?
No.
No, we just let them wrestle till they quit.
Just let them get this evolution. Let them get to evolution because they need all the bodies they can with so many people getting injured now.
Right. Thanks, Brie Bella.
Tell Bree to slow down. And that's all I can really think.
Don't do the suicide dive ever again.
Yeah, there's no reason ever to do a suicide dive. It's cool on the indies when you're trying to make a point.
Yeah, when the crowd's going. I
I was thinking more of like, I need to get my name out there on the internet. Let me do the sweet flip that people will remember.
Right.
As opposed to on WWE television where you do a dive and then it's like, all right, this episode's sponsored by KFC. We'll be right back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's what suicide dives are now.
No, I got you. You wanna call it there?
All right, I think that's a
All
fair
righty,
point.
guys. Thanks for tuning in to Sit Down and Pile Drive for another week. It is Connor.
And Connor.
Make sure you check us out. We are live on Twitch every so often. We're going to be live on Twitch this week with the return of Improv Donut and Improv Bagel. They are back from their YouTube excursion.
Excursion.
And you want to check out Improv Donut this week because I will be on it. That's right. I will be ruining a very well planned out episode of short form improv. I will be ruining
A
it.
planned episode of improv.
I didn't read the script. I only know no and but. I hate saying yes, and conjunctions are for losers.
That's good.
But I'll be on Improv Donut, so make sure
You
you,
should make
check
that do a
out.
T-shirt.
Impro-
Conversions are for losers.
And then, because I just live in this studio now, I will be on Screen Source, the other YouTube exclusive podcast on Color Circuit, on Thursday live, where we will be talking about film, television news, and we will be watching a film I made everybody watch. I made everybody watch Drive, and we'll be talking about it. I love Drive. It's fantastic.
We should try to get me on and just make everybody watch movie 43.
No, God, no.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I will never watch that movie again.
I could do a whole podcast about how great that movie is.
That movie's fucking horrible.
It's horrible, but
It's
I love
Grandma's
it.
Boy level of bad.
No, we'll do.
And then, because she's here, you got a Deep Truths this week? Check out on Saturday, twitch.tv at what, 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Whose time? Mountain's time. Deep Truths, the book club podcast on Color Circuit, where they talk about books and clubs and which literary character they'd let go down on them. It's a lady show.
I'd probably go with Helen Keller.
She's good with her hands.
She's good with her hands. That's all I got.
She feels around.
And she doesn't talk much.
She's a miracle worker. What can I say? One of them was.
She
So check us out on twitch.tv and youtube.com/color circuit. We've got a Facebook. We've got an Instagram. We've got a Twitter. We've also got a Patreon with a myriad, because I've been using Bevy so
Bevy.
often. I'm using Myriad this time. Myriad of rewards here. As you go online, you see the dollar amounts, you see what you get. Subscribe there. Help us out financially. You can follow me on Instagram at Connor is a Jerk. You can follow me at Twitter at Connor is a Jerk 1, because there was another Connor and he was a jerk first.
You can follow me on Twitter at Griff Grizzly or on Instagram at Grizzly Griff.
We want to thank our producer, Janae,
Thank you
for
Janae.
producing tonight's episode. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I was like, I don't know how.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. We could just talk shit and we could make
That was fun. That was a good one.
So